Hear from some of those folks today. They are some familiar faces, some worship leaders that you know and love. So for our first worship leader, please give a warm North Point welcome to Tann Smith.
A long way around.
Tann, we're so glad you're here with us today. Thank you so much for being here.
Listen, let me just level set for a second here.
Please.
See all this stuff going on up here, it looks nice and fun, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
It's scary to me. I was holding Sandra's hand
Yeah.
the whole time down there, and I pushed Andy's knee like that. I'm gonna hold his hand.
Yeah. That's a good call. Yeah, listen, you are in front of thousands of people every week, so you can do this. You got this, okay? We'll let you sing at the end.
Okay.
How's that?
That sounds good.
Okay. So Tann, we're friends. We've known each other for several years, and I have the pleasure of knowing your story. And I know that your story starts years and years and years ago back in church. You grew up in church. Your mom took you to church. Tell us what that was like.
Ooh, yeah. First of all, thank y'all for having me this morning.
Of course.
I grew up in a family filled with boys. 4 brothers, strong brothers, and we hung together, and my mom was she's kind of looking at me like, I need to make a little shift here. You, little missy, come with me. And I said, no, I want to stay with my brothers. And she said, no, I need to teach you how to become a little lady. Little ladies don't do this, little ladies don't say that, little ladies sit like this, and little ladies don't go there. And I was like, oh God, here we go. So she took me everywhere with her, including Wednesday night choir rehearsal.
Yeah, and that's where you first did your first solo, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, so I was walking through the pews, just tiptoeing through the tulips, and Mama said, come here, baby T. She calls him baby T. Come here, baby T, and try this song. And it goes like this. It's like a tree planted in Jesus. And that was it. So I learned that little line and sang it at Easter, and the crowd went crazy. I was like, what? I got something here. So I decided to hone those skills and listen to all the greats. Aretha Franklin, Celine Dion, Anita Baker, Whitney Houston. Couldn't hit none of those notes, but I was struggling and trying to make it. And that's how I learned how to sing, just listening to those ladies and really getting out there, going to talent shows and all kinds of concerts and stuff and just singing.
Yeah, and how did you make your way to North Point?
Very good question. I was at a recording session with Candy Shelton. You remember Candy? Great worship leader here. And then she invited me to sing at her brother Rick's memorial service, which Colette Taylor was the producer for the time being. And she invited me back to North Point to sing an opener. And honey, the rest is history. I was just bought and sold, honey. I love North Point. It was like a magnet, really, for all of us. So I just love being here.
What keeps you here? What keeps you coming back week after week?
The snacks.
Oh, yeah, we do have a good breakfast. Yeah.
Baby, we got it going on in that green room. But listen, let me just tell you this. The first thing is Andy Stanley is top-notch when it comes to breaking that word down, breaking that scripture down to the very lowest common. He breaks it down so nicely that even his grandchildren can understand it. Haven. And I don't say that to mince words. I say that because Andy can go with the theologians. He can go toe-to-toe with anybody. But he decides to break it down so that each and every one of us can get it. And I love that.
He's good. You break it down too, though.
Come on now.
On this stage.
Come on.
Yes, you do. You do.
Not at rehearsal.
That's all right.
Another thing I love about North Point is the discipline. There's an unwritten rule here that says you don't have to be great, but you gotta be professional. You gotta show up on time. You gotta have your stuff learned. Be nice in that green room. Don't go in there starting mess, or you're not gonna be here, okay? It's as simple as that. We let you go, baby.
Yeah, we got standards.
We got standards.
Yeah, so we love seeing you on stage. I've heard you say you get butterflies when you turn on the road to come here. Well, we get butterflies when we see you on stage. And I think what's so unique about you, Tann, is so personal to you is you're so connected to the words that you're singing. You just look like the worship is coming from an authentic place. How do you get there before you go on stage?
Well, I have to be honest with you. I'm not connected to every song we sing, but I try to talk to the Lord and say, give me something to help me get there. And he does it every time. But when it's on, it's on. We're here. And yeah, that's the thing that helps me, is just talking to him like I'm talking to you. And he just reveals certain things. There's certain lines and songs that would just pierce and grab me. So that's how I prepare, just talking to him and saying, hey, give me what you want me to sing, and give me the words, and not the words, but just give me everything I need to use to sing the song effectively.
You seem so connected when you're up on the stage. So we've known each other for a while, and I know a lot of your story. We have a lot in common, too. First of all, we're birthday twins.
Come on,
we have the same
twins,
birthday.
December 26th.
Yeah. And we've walked through some of the same losses. We both have lost our parents probably earlier than we would have wanted to. And I know part of your story is about a year ago. You lost your mother. I lost my mother when I was 39. And so there's just nobody like your mom. There's nobody like your mom. And so can you talk to us about what your relationship was like with the Lord when you walked through that season?
Yeah, that was a tough season. My mom had dementia and some other health issues. So walking through that, I had my hand in his on that whole journey because Mama, she went through a lot. And then I got this call. The doctor said, if you don't get here today, you're not gonna see your mama. She won't make it through the night. And I was in Atlanta, and she's in Louisiana, 10 hours drive. I can't drive. My husband drives us everywhere. I can't drive 10 minutes down the road without nodding. And I said, 10 hours? I told Aaron, I said, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm not sure what happened to Aaron that day, why he couldn't go with me, but he said, you gotta get in the car right now and go. This is it. So I got in that car and I drove, stopped a couple times and got gas and snacks. And I got there 20 minutes before she took her last breath. 20 minutes. So I thank Aaron to this day for telling me to get out of the house and get on that road and see her.
Yeah. You talked about when you went through that time of loss, that it was so deep and so hurtful, losing your mom, that you felt like you were in a pit.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what it was like being in the pit and how you got out?
Yeah, when I was with her, she took her last breath. They wheeled her out to the left. I wasn't invited to go. I had to go to the right with her luggage, without her, back to our home that I grew up in with her. Opened the door. I knew immediately that her spirit was not in there. And I was done. I was gutted. And from there, I started getting angry at God because I asked him to take her. But then when he took her, I was angry. So I was in a pit for a while. I didn't want to be here. I didn't care about Aaron was back in Atlanta. If the Lord let me go right then with her, I would have gone. I wouldn't have done anything to myself to force that. But I was open to the idea that he would say, okay, you can go now too. I was done. That was my girl.
Yeah,
my best friend.
It's so devastating, obviously, to lose a relationship that is that close and somebody you love so much. And you talked about being in the pit, and when you were telling me the story of what that was like and the pain and the isolation that you were feeling, there was this phrase that you said that was just a turning point for you in your story and in your walk with the Lord. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, I was so angry with God, and I said, you can't stay here because God's done so much for me. You need him every step of the way. So I just tried to lift my head. I said, because we're like this. I'm your girl. I'm your girl. I need you, but I'm not happy with you right now for what you did. I know you did the right thing, but I was not happy with him for taking her. And I said, but in spite of that, I need him. And it hurt me that I heard him and being angry. And of course, God can take anything. He can handle everything that we have thrown at him. But he just wants to know that we want to be there and that we'll lift up our hand to reach out to his and hold on to it.
Yeah, I love that when you're in the pit and when all the emotions were just raging, that you remembered your relationship with the Lord, that I'm your girl. That's who I am to you. I think that's so powerful, Tann. I love that you made that decision to turn back to God, even when you were in the midst of hurt and disappointment. So what did you learn about God that you didn't know before that season?
I learned that he can take anything. You know, I was really, really upset with him to the point of screaming. I didn't scream any bad words, but I just screamed that I want my mama, you know. And he can, like I said, he can handle it. And I learned that he's very, very patient with me in the midst of all that. He went through, because my emotions went the gamut roller coaster ride up and down, and he stayed right by my side the whole time. So, you know, he loves you. He's gonna be there with you. But we have to make the decision that we want him to be there, because we all have free will. So you have to make that choice. God, I want you. I need you. And that's what we got to do. That's what I did.
I love that. He's big enough to handle all the emotions and all the disappointment.
Yeah.
Well, Tann, you're no stranger to loss. And Tann asked me if I could share this with the audience today. So Tann lost her mother about a year ago. And then 3 weeks ago, she lost her other best friend, her husband, Aaron. And so this is really fresh. And we told Tann, you do not need to do this today. We love you and we want to hear your story, but we can do it another time. And she was insistent on being here with you guys today. And Tann, I know in an audience this big and as many people watching online, there is somebody walking through exactly where you've been.
Yeah.
First, let me say, it's remarkable that you're here today sharing with us. So thank you for that. And another thing that is just remarkable about you is you're just an encouraging person. You just bring light and joy, even in the midst of pain. You bring that into rooms.
Thank you.
So if there's somebody here walking through a really difficult season today, what do you want to say to them?
I want to tell you to do what I did, and that is to get up. You have to make the decision to, okay, this has happened. There's nothing I can do about it. But what can I do? I can get up. I can get out and get some exercise, get some sun, let people come and help you. I'm always the first one to say, oh, I'm good, I don't need anything. I've changed that story. I'm like, yes, you wanna come over and help me? Yes, you wanna give? Yes, you wanna take me to the movie? Of course, not everybody now. Don't get in my DMs.
Oh, I love that, Tann, because that's what the body of Christ should look like.
Yeah.
Surround each other and lift each other up. Tann, that's your story today. What's your song this morning?
Oceans.
And why did you choose that one? You're a mess.
I have to do this so I won't cry, y'all.
Yeah.
I selected Oceans because of that first line. It says, you called me out. And he called me out. I was in that pit. I was not coming out. I didn't care. I wasn't going to be up here leading worship anymore. I was going to be in a corner somewhere rocking, because my world was rocked and changed. So yeah, Oceans is the one.
I love that. Well, Tann is going to sing for us this morning, but here's what I want us to do. I want us to get up and sing for Tann this morning. Will you join me?